Alrighty. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you are. Welcome to the Logan's Hour. Today, again, I'm here, this black face. I'm about to post some sayings on Gary here tonight. So, it's going to be fascinating. Um, in passing, at the end of the show, or maybe close to the end of the show, maybe 30 minutes, we will host the youth chair for the Librarian Association of Indiana, Sis Fatima family. Um, as you are aware, they are coming up with some youth program, and those of you who live in the Librarian community in Indiana, you should be aware of this youth forum. There's a youth forum coming up, so they're going to be from age 10. So they have two major topics. They said the first one is gender equality, and the second one is youth involvement in the community. So they have game. They're going to be playing games. So they have checks. They have Ludo, checkups, cards, and PlayStation. So um, they have a night game as well. It's going to be from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. So get ready. Let me mute this one. Get ready if you live in Indianapolis. If you can play any of these sports, they're going to be at 3130 Lafayette Road. You all know where they have 3130 Lafayette Road. If you live in Indianapolis, by Papisa Place, that's where they have 3130 Lafayette Road. Yes. Just a second. Do. Yeah, so if you know what I know, 3130 Lafayette Road, that's where they have um this program going to be. Okay. All right. All right. So enough of that. So Sis Fatima family and the rest of her people going to be here. She's going to be here tonight. She will be here with Jeremiah Saleh, and she will also be here with Mr. Horty Palmo and maybe Rose. I know Rose last name, maybe Rose. Well, I don't want to get Rose. Maybe she have another Rose, but I really don't know the main Rose she's going to be coming with tonight. So tonight, as I said, we will go through some of our community issue as usual, and we will talk about some other issues that is germane. Like when you see under the scrolling text there, you see our alma mater, the African Methodist Episcopal University, the AMU on Camp Johnson Road today. There was this case that came up from the court. So the examiner at the AMU University, he was accused of rape a few days ago, and he admitted to having sex, but he said the sex was consensual. So, and he was sent to jail today. We'll go through that story as well. But when you go through the text scrolling on there, you will see what's happening. You will see the case, how the case is going on. So, just a second while you are here, just starting, just running with the show, is better to have some of our other friends and other people involved to listen. We just want to start this show and just before other people join us, and we are at the end of the show. So I ask that you can please share this show as well for other people to join us, as I'm about to share it too. So please share this show tonight. There are so many interesting things. Trust me, this Liberian community is like a puzzle. And I can rest assured you the puzzle is coming together gradually. And I have seen it. I have carried on assessment in some of our Liberian communities, and I've seen the puzzles coming together gradually. And we will not stop until we fix this community to the way we want it to be. So regardless, some people think our time here now we are a little rough or we are a little tough when it comes to handling the community, but we are not. All we cares about is we should do the right thing as a people and make the community the way we want it. It's like Donald Trump in my Donald Trump voice. Make this community good again. Yeah. So tonight it's gonna be, and I don't want to announce it so quick before people start. I'm gonna do something very unprecedented tonight. Tonight, I will do something very unprecedented tonight. So sticking still. But basically, let me just give a gist of what I'm gonna do. You're gonna be involving the Liberian community. So it's gonna be crazy though, because we will be going to election in November, and we have other people have been getting involved with the election process. So tonight, trust me, you just gonna sit back and just smile and or just have some fun. You know, today should be our motivational hour. Today should be our motivational hour. So now every time we come here and just to see, now every day we come up here and just be so serious and we act like we're carrying the whole world problem on our shoulders. Sometimes we just have to just lay out, smart about it, let some things go. Like tonight is our motivational hour, but I think I'm gonna appeal to the rest of the people who follow us here. We're gonna use the motivational hour to talk about youth involvement in our community because you know we are more involved when it comes to this community. So tonight gonna be tonight gonna be a little more motivational hour at the end of the show, but we will invite our our sister and her team because they control the side of the youth tonight. So we will hear what she and her team have for the young people. What are those things that are in store for the young people? Because, like I said, they have a whole program coming up. It's called the Youth Forum. So at this youth forum, there are going to be so many different things going to be taking place at the youth forum. Sis Fatima Family, she said they're going to be topics on gender equality. So we are encouraging people who know more about gender equality, gender balance, to get involved. Like I want to point out one of my own sister here tonight, says Fasia Harris, and look at me, Fasia Harris, Fasia Hilton, and Miko Koke, the vice president of the Liberian Association, and even the first lady. I'm asking all of you to please be at the youth forum. Let's talk about gender equality. And I'm asking some of the young guys in town here, some of the young smart guys who have been involved when it comes to youth development as well. And I'm encouraging all of the guys from our Indiana Young Men Association to be part of this program because they're going to be talking about youth involvement in the community. So let's talk about youth involvement and what are those things that young people need to do when it comes to their own community. So I'm encouraging all of you guys to also be there to participate in. You see, the younger generation, the next generation after us, they are counting on us. That's why sometimes you hear people saying you sit on the old mat to plow the new mat. Sometimes when you hear me going a little tough or a little harder on the older people, it doesn't mean I hate my pops and my grannies and whoever person that live in the community though. I like them. But sometimes, we just have to be a little factual. We just have to say the truth to them, just for them to just be on track, just for them to just lead all the right way. So as they are fading away, we coming in gradually. We have to get involved to help strengthen the young people to put them in the direction that we wanted to go. So I'm calling on all of my friends, all of those live in Indianapolis, all of the young guys as well, to be part of this youth forum that Sis Fatima and her team has established or gonna be undertaking. Let me just find the date here for this youth program. So it's gonna be at 3130 Lafayette Road, like I said. So what's the date on here? All right, so okay, April 2nd. April 2nd gonna be this youth program. All right. So before we go any further, we know we have so many things to talk about, but we will first talk about my country of origin. You know, over the weekend on Sunday, everybody know it was on March 20th, Sunday. The Bassa people, the United Bassa Association, the New Indiana's chapter that was established through the ever potent president, Mr. Race W. Basigia, returned from Kentucky. And this Sunday, there was a Thanksgiving service at the All Christian Assembly Church. Some of you know the All Christian Assembly Church. That is the church that Mr. Law, Pastor Law, that's Pastor Law Church. So if you're looking for someone to go and worship, I can rest assure you. You know, Mr. Law invited me. It's been a while ago. I was unable because I had some other business schedule, but I went there for this Thanksgiving service on Sunday. Trust me, I got carried away. I got carried away by the praise team and by the teaching. The praise team when the praise team came out, man, they played the music, the dance, and I was in the spirit, and I could see from around me. I could see the Holy Spirit descending on people's head. I could see that, yeah, the presence of the Lord were in the service on Sunday. So if you're looking for a place to worship, I can rest assure you. The venue, I can just call the address, is 2650 Vida Avenue, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46203. So if you live here, you're looking for a place to worship, visit that church. The anointing gonna be on you. You see me? When I went to the church, my face used to be dry. Now you see how my face is a little shiny. The anointing in that church. Visit that church. And yeah, Pastor Lord preaching. You would never regret it. Make that church your own if you don't have a church in this town. All right. So at the church ceremony, it was the Thanksgiving service, and yes, of course, I was the master of ceremony. I was the MC in short, and it was very short and sweet. And we listened to the dynamic president, Mr. Rich W. Basigia, and trust me, in a long while, I have not heard a speech so short and sweet. I know some of you other your ear jet itching now. You're like, damn it, I wish I were there to listen to that kind of short and sweet. Short and sweet. It's like Ronald Reagan's speech when he took power. Short and sweet. I'm going to play that speech for you tonight. So if you buy your phone or you're watching it on YouTube, I want to say tonight, thank you for following the Logan's Hour. Go to YouTube if you don't want to use your phone. Man, we're in a real day now. This is a whole TV station. Go to your phone. Go to YouTube, put on your TV, you and your children watch it. So let's listen to the president's speech. The president of the United Bassa Association, the Indiana chapter, his name is Mr. Brice W. Basigia. So listen to the short and sweet speech that I'll listen to this gone Sunday. Short and sweet. When you think the man was about to ascend, not knowing he was descending. So you see those kind of speeches where, you know what politicians normally speaking, they kind of keep you in suspense and keep the real one for later. So when Mr. Basigia started to go that route, and later on when he was like ascending, people felt he was about to, oh yeah, he about to take out of the town. Before you know, bam, the men were on the tarmac. We started playing landing. I was like, wow, my dear brother, this speech is so short and sweet. This is one of the shortest speech I have ever listened to in my life. So take a listen for yourself. So sorry for that. That's those that went to the service. These are our officials here. Um, on my far left here with the shades, that's Mr. Rich W. Basigia. He's the president of the United Bassa Association Indiana chapter. By him right here is Mr. Richard P. Goya. He's the Secretary General. Then right here with this vest and the program in his hand is Mr. Ma'ato D. He's the financial secretary. Right by Mr. Ma'ato D is Sister Bayou. So she's the uh, uh, treasurer. Then right here is Sister Rebecca McGill. Sister Rebecca McGill, she is the um, Champlain. Then right by her is Mr. Ivan Beto Logan. He's the board chair. So these are the people that were at the church, and these are the people that we went to dedicate or to tell God thank you to the right then every steps of the way, because most of our leaders, when they come to power, they have a different agenda, and at a certain point when they stay in power, their agenda changes to their own personal selfish interests. So we take them back to the church to invoke Proverbs 19:21 upon them, that we want the Lord, because it said many are the plans that in the hearts of a man, but it takes the Lord wills to prevail. So we want God wills to prevail. That's why we're talking at the church. So take a listen at this short and sweet speech from Mr. Rich W. Basigia.
My brief is sometimes a little condor. I'm sorry if I'm going to go a little bit. I have a whole brief remarks. I was sitting ready trying to type something on my notepad. Oh, God. I want to give a special recognition to the board of directors of our institution. One of our members here present, Logan, and his family. He's the CEO of Assured Residential. I always like give recognition to that, because if you feel that you don't have a working environment, the Basel people have a working environment.
There you go. You're not possessed.
I want to make a special recognition to my wife, which is Telmon, taken by Briggs, Basigia. And give me so long.
It's okay.
And to all the other brothers and to the leadership. My Secretary General, Finance Minister, the Treasurer, and my chaplain, that we want to pray for every time that we on our feet. And a special recognition to all our members here present and those we invited. Quickly on my brief remarks, I want to say today, I speak to you today with the nobility of the people of Basa. The people of the Basa tribe and the destination of our children and grandchildren. I urge every member of the Basa tribes who have come up today to support us and in supporting our deeds, this initiative to do so with a thought of your own, not just Basa, but Liberia. I ask all our leaders of this institution, whether you know or do not know, our colors are the same from Magiri, from Riverside, from Monserrado, and Grand Bassa. We have a relationship. History and the future sometimes meet simultaneously. And only a structured, a turning point in a man's unending journey, a search to help others, you, the people of Basel hospitality, will succeed. So it is at this gathering and subsequent assembly, the conversation of transformation at the table of convenience, we gather today in this church with an only principle of the drawing united methodology that we have as the people of Basel. We raise this occasion with uniqueness. And we want to say thank you to our founding fathers for the pleasure in what happened to us years ago. But there is pleasure in giving back to the deprived, to the underprivileged. There is always a cause that we must meet at. And at that cause, we should try to give back to the needy, to the people that are disadvantaged, to the people who are very, very dear to our hearts. At this moment, I believe and I trust with the confidence reposed in us. Our mission will to galvanize the resources at the moment and in the interest of helping or researching out to that child out of school, that child without clothes, that child without food, that child without shelter, and to right the wrongs, to do impartially, and to serve. Thanks very much, and thanks to the people of Grand Bassa, thanks to the people of Margibi, thanks to the people of Montserrat, thanks to the people of Riverside. May God bless us all and save the state.
Now, now you have a clear appreciation of what I'm talking about. You see what it takes? You see how that speech was so precise and concise and to the point. So sweet. When you thought he was about to ascend, he was descending. But some people know book. You heard it, man? He's the president of the Liberian, the United Bassa Association, EDN chapter. That's Mr. Rich W. Bassigiel. Mr. Ivy Logan, and the rest of the folks, I want to say thanks to every one of you people for showing up. Thanks to every one of you people for showing up. And thanks for you and the rest of the team for accepting to take on leadership role. It is important. And to all of those people living out here, regardless which tribe you form, this is an organization newly established to bring people of all walks of life. You don't necessarily have to be a Bassa man to affiliate. You can be a Gil man. You can be a Loma man. You can be a Bandi man. You know, to associate is good. It is good. It's very, very good to associate. You know, at the program, I said these words, and these are not mine. You know, my friend, I always say my friend, don't feel that I was living during those days, though. The first president of the Republic of let me say the first president of the United States of America, George Washington. George Washington was a very interesting character. He led the American Revolution. He took America to independence in 1776. And he died very young, in my opinion, because he died at the age of 67 years. He was born in 1732 and he died 1799. George Washington said these words, and I quote. He said, affiliate with men of quality if you esteem your own reputation, for it is better for you to be alone than to be with bad company. In short word, in simple English, if you respect yourself, affiliate with people who respect themselves. If you cannot find people who have repetition, if you cannot find people who have exemplified good character in their lifestyles, it better you stay alone than to affiliate with other people. What he trying to say in short, he meant evil company corrupts good habit, or bad friends destroy good destiny. That's what he was saying there. He said you should associate with good qualities. If you esteem your own reputation, in whole they were talking about self-esteem. If you esteem your own reputation, then you should associate with good qualities. If you can find any of those, no need. Step aside. So, just Another one again that will be so interesting here tonight. We've been talking about this association, the Librarian Association of Indiana. A week ago, we talked about them. We talk about the Constitution. We talk about some of the provisions within the Constitution. We try to talk about some of the ambiguity and how well can we have a constitutional review. But it was brought to my knowledge that the team that was set up to do this constitutional review, they did their work and they submitted that to the board more than 3 months ago. And up to now, we have not heard from the board. There was no town hall meeting call. There was nothing to tell us about the provisions or whatever that were reviewed within the Constitution. The board have set on and sat on that on that constitution that were reviewed by the Constitutional Committee. We haven't heard anything yet, and we are waiting to hear. Like I said the other day, sometimes when you're so bold and speaking the truth, people take you to be arrogant. And for me, if you put me in that category to be arrogant, I will accept it if I'm saying the truth. And you see that to be arrogant, I will accept that. I would love to be called an arrogant person if I'm saying the truth and you don't want to accept it. They had a committee that was set up. I think that committee was chaired by Mr. Joseph Sele. I stand to be corrected again. A member on that committee was Evan Jeevon Smith. And that committee was set up for the purpose of constitutional review. And I remember subsequently, I was in one of those meetings where Mr. Sele, Joseph Sele, gave his preliminary report. And it was brought to my knowledge on Sunday that the work was completed 3 to 4 months ago. And this constitution that was reviewed was submitted to the board. And we have not heard anything from the board yet. You see, let's go back to the Liberian Constitution and go to Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution. All power is inherent in the people. So we, the people, tonight, we are calling on the chairman of the board to make available the constitution that was reviewed by the committee. We need a town hall meeting to see those provisions that were reviewed. Because the purpose of that is we have less than 6 months to go to election. We have new candidates that will be sprinkling out. I remember a few days ago, I sat on here and I told you that up to now, we have not heard or seen anybody stepping up to take on the community leadership. But to my surprise, when I started to do some background investigation, I discovered some names, some new faces. More to that, this election seems to be or will be one of the toughest and one of the most educative elections in the history of this community. One of our sisters who live in this community or who grew up in this community, she have just expressed interest. And none of you know that. It will be a good thing if you can rally support around her to encourage her, tell her she's doing the right thing. Because if she sees that there's problem with the community, she want to come in and change those narratives, support her. And she's no one else but my wife Sasa. She said the change is here. You see those pedals that she's running on? She said youth empowerment, women involvement, unity for all. And that's what we want in our community. We want everyone to be united. And of these pedals, one key pillar that I like is this one that say unity for all. If we are united, we can fight together. And I always preach this message. One Liberia, one destiny. A group that is divided cannot conquer. And my ancestor, I want to say congratulations. Just by accepting to run and change the narratives. Just by accepting to say that I too can bring a change. By identifying some of those leadership qualities within you. Like the other day, I said it here on one of my motivational hours. And I said, everyone is a leader. There's no one that God sent to the earth that do not have a leadership qualities within them. But we are all leaders in our areas of gifting. The carpenter, he's a leader in his field. The soccer players, they are leaders in their field. Plumber, he's leading in his field. So when someone come up and discover that gift within them, it brings me joy. You see, the thing about serving your community, it doesn't matter how extrovert you are. It doesn't matter how handsome or beautiful you are. What matters is the good exemplary examples of your character that you would demonstrate to the rest of the people. Congratulations to you, Mawen Sosa, for just accepting. And she never stopped there. I thought she was joking. And she makes sure right now, if you go to the Liberian community chat, she's on that chat room. And she's ready. She have been meeting up with all the constitutional requirements. She reading the Constitution. She going from point to point and getting to know the ills in the community. What is it that the community need to work on? This is a young lady who live here. Other people might think that she's joking. She's not joking. There's problems that she saw. You see, let me just say this, because a lot of people think when a young person getting involved with these kind of situations, they want to play. They are not playing. Circumstances bring emerging leaders. Sometimes leaders are born for just one moment. The moment she realized there's a problem within the community, she identified the problem. She knew that I can't wait for the problem to be fixed. I need to get involved to fix these problems. It's like you sitting and experimenting instead of you getting involved for intentional problem solving. Like the other day, I gave a quote from this great poet from France. His name is Victor Hugo. He said, your refusal to get involved to change your surrounding will allow you to be led by the fools. So, in short, your refusal to get involved and take on leadership will allow fool to be your leader. So when Sister Mawen Sasa says she's going to get involved and take on this bull by its horn, I was so excited. Congratulations to you, Mawen Sasa. I know Fatima family. She's one of those who involved with young people development. She's one of those who encourages women to get involved. So I can rest assure you, though she on the other side of the eye, but she will also support you because it's all women solidarity. Thank you, Mawen. Thank you for stepping up. And I hope you're not just stepping up just before the election, you back off on the race. Go and go all the way. Use this as a teaching moment. Learn from this situation, wherever they dies for. Use it to your advantage. Another person again who we have been hearing about, Mr. Savannah Pillay. Mr. Savannah Pillay have been in the corners doing his thing, small, talking to people on our covers. He wants to be president of this community. And that's a good thing. We encourage Mr. Pillay. Right now, you want to be president of the community? Don't stop doing what you are doing. Keep doing what you are doing. You are a good guy. Everybody know you to be a good fellow. And I will be having the youth chair, Fatima family. She will be joining us shortly. But if she leaves, if I have time, I will conduct this short opinion poll to know how the community feels about the two leaders or the two incoming aspirants that have sparked up. So if I have the time, I will conduct a short opinion poll. If election is held today, Mawen Sasa and Savannah Pillay, who will you vote for? And I will leave it open to get at least 6 calls to know which side the community is going to be laying on. So with all due respect, I'm going to welcome the youth chair, Sis Fatima family. She's already in our studio. But before we welcome Fatima family, on Thursday, we have the former president of the Librarian Association, Mr. Ivan T. Penner. He's the founder and board chairman, Vision for Success Global. He's currently a representative hopeful, Maserado County District number 8. He's going to unseat Mr. Mose Akara's Gray. If you don't know Mr. Ivan Penner, he was the one that resurrected the Liberian community after the Liberian community was sleeping. He wake up this sleeping giant that we all talks about today. So he's going to be here on Thursday. Everybody know he's the tough talking Ivan Penner. He has served in so many capacities. And we look forward to seeing him on Thursday. And one thing he told me, he said, tell the people of the Liberian community, tell the people of District number 8, tell the people of Maserado as a whole to ask me any question. I'm not going to back off. I'm not going to shy away from any question. They can ask me any question of their choosing, and I will answer them. And I said to him, Mr. Incoming Representative, that's what the people want to hear. And that's what we look forward for. So get ready. Join us on Thursday as we talk to Mr. Ivan Penner. So now I'm going to welcome Sis Fatima family. She's going to be here. She and her team. I don't know if they are ready now, but I see Sis Fatima family is in studio, but her guys are not in studio as well. So she will tell more about her guys. So Sis Fatima family, welcome to the Logan's Hour. You are muted. There you go. How are you, Honorable Youth Chair? You are muted. You gone quiet again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Now you are good. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Good evening, Mr. Logan and the audience.
All right.
everyone.
So this is Fatima family. You all know Fatima family. When you talk about seconds, she got a brain. So since Fatima family, what? Okay, I see one. Oh, the scientist here. Oh, the scientist.
Hmm.
Scientist, wait, drinking water. Like, come on, you sound like Kasali, man.
Hey man, you very good at guessing, eh?
Yeah, because the way you talk the water, so I say, wow, my brother, like for on it. How you doing, my
Yeah.
brother? How you doing, my dear brother Jeremiah Saleh? How are you today?
I mean, I'm great. I'm happy to be with you guys today.
Yeah, thank God, at least. Since Fatima family, how are you too?
I'm well. I just got off work not too long ago,
Oh,
so but I'm happy
that's
to be here. Jeremiah,
all right.
hello.
How are
All right.
you?
Okay. So you
I'm
want us
well.
to wait for Hoti, or you just want to go straight into your youth activities? Hoti gonna join us as well?
I think yes, he should be. I sent I sent him the link.
Okay.
But if he's not here in the next 5 minutes or so, if that's okay,
All
then we
right.
can get started.
For me, I get about 30 to 40
All right.
minutes on. So
All right. Yeah, so Mr. Saleh, you probably would know you always you gotta go and study because can you imagine young man are you doing PhD? Vendetta Patrick referred to it as permanent hair damage. A lot of yeah, a lot of studies, you know, that man, you can just be data. Now, the only step you'll be stopping though. So that's the last step. So Fatima family, let's just go ahead and hear your intro.
Well, I'm sure most of you know me by now. I am Fatima Fambulet, the youth chair for this wonderful community, um, for the Liberian Association of Indiana. And
You coming in faint.
okay,
Yeah, okay, I
yes,
can hear
so
you,
I am
but
the
just
youth
your image
chair.
sticking. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All
I
right,
think, I don't know if I was breaking.
yeah, but we can hear you. It's just your
Okay.
image. That's why.
Yeah, I am Fatima Famulet, the youth chair, and I'm happy to be here.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Sis Fatima Family. So she just said it. She's the youth chair for the Liberian Association of Indiana. So if you don't know her, she's famous. She have her own clothing brand called Seckers. So you all know about Fatima Family. So let's go to our incoming Dr. Jeremiah Slay. My dear brother, just introduce yourself to our little audience.
well, as you said, my name is Jeremiah. Today I'm here with the youth chair, Fatima. We have been having like little joint collective effort to see how we can have a youth activity. And this is not about uh, politics, it's about our community. So that's why we are here today to make some awareness. And as I said, it's a joint effort, it's collaborative. So yeah, so anything more, we'll be able to stress on it, but that's just it.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Mr. Jeremiah Saleh. So let's go back to Sis Fatima Family since she's the youth chair. Sis Fatima Family, what's up? What is coming up for the youth?
So yes, we have a program coming up April 2nd. It is in two. It is a forum and it is a game night. So the game night, you will win prizes. Come and play. We have about 5 games. I will let Jeremiah go into more details, but it's pretty much an event where the young people can come together. We discuss a very interesting topics, and then we get to having fun because it's better, you know, to have both. You learn
Mm-hmm.
something and you have fun. So that is the program that we'll have April 2nd, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. I'm sure if you have not gotten the flyers yet, please reach out to one of us, either me, Jeremiah, even Mr. Logan, or Hoti.
Alrighty. Thank you, Sis Fatima family. So, Mr. Saleh, you want to start from where she stopped because you say you elaborate more on it?
Basically, is I would say it's a collective effort for the youth, and the even adolescents can join us now because when we talk about youth, we think about people more mid 20s to all the way up upper 30s for our African setting, but we're considering 15, 16 years old can get involved with our community activities, and at the same time, we some of the older folks will be there to see if they can help with the moderating of moderating the conversations and hearing feedbacks, because I think we have two topics that will be very good for the youth to
Mm-hmm.
get engaged with.
Yeah.
So we started the forum will start around uh, maybe around 3 p.m. And the reason we do that is we try to balance, too much of play with our steady make child dog boy, So we try to balance it out, and we have the intellectual part and we have the fun part. So
Okay.
and it's through this medium that the youth can express themselves uh, in the community, and it's good for the leadership to have given the opportunity for us to be able to work with all other sub organizations within our community so that we can at least do something like this, and it brings us together. And I'm very clear on the record that this is a non-political effort. The association gives sponsorship. We have individuals in the community that also give finances, and at the same time, we individually give our own finances to the community. And the fact that when we try to have this joint effort and make it to be make it, I mean, to make it a little bit unilateral and beneficial for our community, all parties listen to us and we get involved, and that's why we talk about community building. Community building is not just about the politics and the rhetorics. What is true
Mm-hmm.
that the politics and the rhetorics is good, we also want good for the community. And when we sit and argue and put proposal forward that we want for this to be done in our community, and the association give us the leverage to say you can do that, we want to say thank you to the administration first for that, for listening to that, because without the approval, the youth chair will not have had the energy or the partner and the capability to do that. So it's a variety of things. Let's come out. Let's forget about everything else. Let's come out. Let's support it. Whether you're from sister law, you from whatever, come out and support this cause. It's for our community. It's not political. So as I said, we have our political differences. Everybody know I'm very critical. So even when people saw my name was on the flyer, there was questioning was Jeremiah said the regime is this, the regime is that. But I can give you a lot of instances, and one of the instances can be the ex-president of Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, where the sitting leadership called him on the table and said, "Look, you can have us here, you can take care of you, and for us to build our country, we have to work together, and we have to have forget the mindset that everything should be political. So when you disagree with certain people, even
Mm-hmm.
if they have a very good idea, you cannot
You
support it.
can support
Yeah,
it. That's true.
yeah. And I'm not like that. Even though that's how people see me to be. Personally, me hurting other people, we're not like that. We're just saying that these are things we wanted. And the youth chair was, Fatima was able to listen to us in that process. And she was able to reach out to the administration and say, I think this will be good. And the administration approved it. And with that, is very, very overwhelming. I want for all the youth in this community to really come out and support this. Even young adults, older folks, come and see what your kids can do. Don't look at the games like Ludo. For me, I know nobody can play me chess. So that's one game I'm going for. I'm going for chess. So
Are
if
you
you see
serious about that?
yeah, your good chess player come out, it's a game of war. And
All
they
right.
got people that are very good at playing Ludo and cards. They
Mm-hmm.
got people that are good at playing video games. So we have variety of games, and come let's just break bread and have fun, and then just that's just it, my brother. That's just it.
All right. That's fine. Thank you so much for that. But somebody want to know, Mr. G consistent. He want to know if you're going to be present at this program
Well, me
because when you
just
see
not
him, he said you might go to the coming youth program and support, not just talking on looking hours. Are you going to be there?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, he asked no question. Maybe it could be you, it could be anybody else. But he asking specifically to you specifically. Will you be there?
But the message you consistent. Have I ever been inconsistent? If I was not part of the program,
That's the man. That's the man name. All right, all
yeah,
right.
I know. I'm a brother, but he
I
knows I was
know.
in the program where together we discussed that. So he just been a little bit rhetorical. But I'll be
No,
to the program.
he's not
I
talking to
will.
you. I assume he's talking to other people here, but I chose to talk on you because it's
Yeah,
second
I
exam
will be
pop.
at, listen,
It's second
say,
exam papa. You
Mr.
will be
Logan,
there.
Mr. Logan,
Yeah,
I
go
will
ahead.
be at the program,
Uh huh.
and not just at the program, I will be involved
Oh, that's beautiful.
with the activities.
That's beautiful. All right,
Yeah.
since you're just on, I will bring Sis Fatima. But before I get to Sis Fatima, I'm going to ask you this question. I see on here we're talking about youth involvement in the community. Why is it important for youth to get involved with their own community activities?
Oh, you talking to me or Fatima?
Yeah, I'm asking you the question. Then I'll go to Sis Fatima later on because you were just on the
You
floor.
see, I don't, I don't want to delve into the politics,
Mm-hmm.
but from my experience over the period of time,
Mm-hmm.
there's a cutoff when it comes to the youth and the adult,
Okay.
and it's not something that can be diagnosed or for you to say, oh, there is a reason why. It's just a typical African culture where when you're a certain age, the youth can only play certain role.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was look just today. I was looking at 10, just not to divert a little bit, that's just drag you a little bit out. I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at the 10 youngest leader in Africa, and
Okay.
the president for Ethiopia is one of the youngest. So we think that we in our 30s or May 29th or May 20s, then means we are small. We're not small. We just
Mm-hmm.
consider ourselves you, but we can do so much. We can do so much. And there is no organization that can be fabric and operates effectively without the energy of the youth. Any part of the world you go to, anywhere in the world you go to,
Mm-hmm.
it is clear and glaring that if you have a very youthful, strong, energetic, youthful population,
Mm-hmm.
that organization will succeed so easily. And they have been mistaken by some of our leaders in the community. Is that when we take power, forget the youth. We can only limit them to being secretary generals and youth chair. Once you're not secretary general, you will be your youth chair. But for you to see a youth serving on a board, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they consider me as a youth. I don't want to use myself. They consider Fatima as a youth, but Fatima have a bachelor degree and she's get a pretty good job. She helped to read grants. And some people at the same age of her, they are in their 60s, they can do similar job that she can do. But because of her age, they limit her to be youth chair. If Fatima says I want to serve on a board or I want to represent LAR to Yola or other things, then they say which she thinks she is. But she has the capability, she's sophisticated, she's educated. Why not give her the chance? She can do a direct representation of our community. So that's why the youth having these events, we're talking about it. How can we, because maybe because we are stigmatized, maybe because the way we express ourselves or the way we do things too, that's the reason why they don't trust our ability. So
Okay.
if we come together and start working, we
Mm-hmm.
can also identify those things that are lacking for which we are limited to just being secretary general and youth chair, but not being vice president, not being on the board of trustees, and all of and stuff like that, not being able to control the finances of the association. So when you look at all of these fabrics, putting them together, you have to first be united for us to propagate our message, you know, to the entire community. And these things happen through these joint efforts. No matter what, Fatima and myself, we don't always agree, both nationally and locally. She Rufus Tati came from different camps. She from ANC woman or Unity Party woman. But this benefit our community, not benefit no political party, not benefit where you come from, it benefit our community. So because it benefit our community, I'm putting involved. Trust
Mm-hmm.
me, she even got patience. Sometimes she can come in whole week. She's a youth chair. I'm not talking behind Fatima can come in whole week. I won't answer my phone. And so now we test her back and she was like, oh, I understand. And that's how we should be able to work with each other. You know, but this idea of just reading criticism, because people enjoy the criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
People enjoy the criticism. They want the criticism to go into the community. So they can, oh, that Jeremiah again. Oh, I want to build more again. They enjoy it. But when it comes to the good thing, they don't want to support it. They want to tell you, no, as much as we're critical, we are always ready to work. You know. So my brother, that's just few of the things that I think that is
Okay.
essential. And we hope to see you there too, not just to be asking all questions here.
Who me?
Yeah.
I'm one of the moderator.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be there. Rest assured, I support every youth initiatives.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Sis Fatima, let's come to you. Why is it important for the young people to get involved?
there are there are no, multiple reasons, right? But
Okay.
I will keep it short.
Okay. Go ahead.
Um, youth involvement is important, because we are the tomorrow, right? Kind of pretty much the future. So when these people leave and they get old, who's who's next? Is us. So if we don't develop ourselves, right? If we don't prepare ourselves, then how can we serve in those kind of role? And from what I have seen, from my observation, is that uh, is that a lot of the young people stay away,
Mm-hmm.
right? From college to even people my age, they stay away, and that's why we need to sit down and get to the root of why, to ask that question why, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once that's answered, then we come up with the answers, because I can um I can have my own reasons, but I want to know, why does Jeremiah feel that way? Why doesn't he want to come around? Why doesn't Mawen wants to come around? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So so
Go ahead. Don't get off
Philip,
balance. Go ahead.
Mr. Logan,
Mhm.
please don't distract me.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Uh so
Mm-hmm. Go
I
ahead.
want I want all of us to come together, even if we disagree on our political views,
Yeah.
or like other things. And that's why I reached think me and Jeremiah first initiated this whole thing, to talk about it. I said,
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah, we cannot continue criticizing everything that is going on.
Mm-hmm.
We have to work together. We have brains. We are talented. We are creative. Look at you, Logan. Like, look at what you have just done. You have a show. We have young people who want to come around, but because the space is not there, so that's why we decided, come together. We have our first main program that will welcome the youth, the young people, because I know it's an age factor comes into place.
Mm-hmm.
But let's come together first, and after that, we can put ourselves in categories. Yeah,
Okay.
because tomorrow this community will need us, and if we don't prepare ourselves, then it's just going to go in the drain.
That's true. That's true. So, I like that we the young people, because me, if I'm hearing 60 years old, I still put myself in that category because I believe in the young people. You see, God, He's so smart to the point that He said the young man will see vision, the old man will dream dreams, and normally we know dreams are just regrets, things that you should have done when you were young, you never did, so you just dreaming about it. And vision is where you're going, things that you see in your head and you visualize it and you start working towards it. So
Mr. Logan, you turn the
yeah.
comments off.
No, you can see any.
I can see no comments. Oh.
Okay, I can be place it because I ain't want you to get distracted. That's why
Jeremiah,
I
do
No,
you
took
have
it
when
a
out.
I get
comment?
to, yeah, it's not political now.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I'm about to put, yeah, I'm about to put your comment by. I just like to remove the comment from my guests because sometimes when people are there insulting them, then they get distracted. They want to
No, 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 no.
respond to
No,
them.
we're veteran with 18 now.
Hey, Jeremiah. All right. So before I put your comment back, let me put my guest comment back so they can see my guest view in the comments. Alrighty. So you can see it now, right? It
Mm,
pop up.
not yet. Maybe I need to
Okay.
do so.
No,
Maybe I
hold
need
on.
to do something, man.
Let me just get my guest. Yeah, I already put it up.
Okay, I
So
think I should be able to see it. Yeah, I
yeah,
see it now.
All right, you'll be able to see it. I just don't let it distract my guests. That's why I can remove that comment. All right, so Mr. Saleh, let me come back to you with this question here because you see, most time we talk about youth empowerment, getting involved, young people. There's a need that we all take on the mantle of authority and move on. But key to this thing is the moment where the baton is passed from the older person to the younger person. I think that's one of the critical things when it comes to young people getting involved. Do you think the older people are passing the baton to the younger people at the right time, or there are
My brother,
a lot of delay in the passing of the baton?
first of all, I think it's overdue.
Oh, I like that.
Philip Logan, let me tell you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You institute here, you articulate the issues. You know what this community need.
Mm-hmm.
There's something we call generational changes and era uh, life changes.
Mm-hmm.
In my dispensation, I'm active in my dispensation now.
Yeah.
But at some age, my son or my daughter, I can easily contribute as compared to the to my sons and my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing you can impart them with is knowledge and idea. Let
It's
me give
true.
you an example. When Nelson Mandela, during the days of apartheid,
Mm-hmm.
when he was struggling to develop say a leader, the people, the elderly
Mm-hmm.
people that were with him were Walter Susulu and Oliver Tambo. Read the history of the apartheid. They were the one that nurtured him to leadership. They did not take leadership.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the background, but they acknowledging so much what a leader is supposed to be like,
Mm-hmm.
and he was willing to get indoctrinated and empathize with what leadership is.
Okay.
So you can't say Fede Logan is can be the leader, or Fatima family can be a leader, or any of the youth in the community can be a leader, or Jeremiah they can be a leader. What is
Mm-hmm.
leadership? It's taking on responsibility, listening to people, and implementations. Let me
Okay.
tell you one thing. America is very stressful. So to be a leader in this country, it's not easy. It's not Africa leadership where you have people working for you. That's why to our perspective, our respective jobs, when you go to work, when they say you're the manager, you work, you come earlier than other people because you have to
Yeah.
lead by example.
Got to lead by example.
It's
Yes,
only
I totally agree with that.
only in Africa is the other way around. The leader sits and everybody work. But here, what I have seen, not that you saw we have Western hand over or something, but what I have been exposed to is that
Mm-hmm.
when you leader, you take clear responsibility and lead by that example. Now,
Okay.
I don't want to have a cut off point of some of the issues that we have with the older folks, because when you start looking at leadership as I want to be a leader because I have a dream in Africa, or I have a bigger platform, that's why I want to be a leader. It's a different thing.
It's true.
But you want to be a leader to lead the people and change and transform their life is a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody like Fatima from there will not tell you I want to be a leader of the community because I want to go to Liberia to be gender minister. She will first want to try to see her ability, her potential, and she will have to develop over time. So only in our African setting, a man can pursue the highest level of education up to doctorate degree, and the
Mm-hmm.
states they don't believe in your manifesto. But in local schools and university, they have they have students organizations that we led. We are able to express ourselves genuinely in respect to the cause that we want to be effective. But guess what? The state tells you that you cannot be. And I believe the process is delayed. It's overdue. Why we a man living in this community for almost 40 years
Mm-hmm.
don't want to pass the mantle of authority to another young man who is in his 30 and say that, oh, they got young people that will support, they will kind of opportunities and stuff like that. No, we still need the support and the vision from the older folks to say, look, these are the mistakes we made, and we can govern you people so you can make the mistakes. But if you think I'm supposed to have gray hair and long beard to be your president or to be your board member to represent you, Ayola,
Mm-hmm.
but you still believe that Jeremiah should be able to sit down and take 12 pages paper of portfolio and manifesto or proposal that will benefit the organization, but he should not be the head. That alone is a contradiction. It
Yeah.
is. And just one example before I rest, maybe Fatima will buttress this. Let me tell you, in this country, what we do here, they are very hard. There's no American jobs you go to, you sit down. You work very hard. When you get home, your 8 hour shift, you tired. Most of our adults, including our parents, when they come from work, they just sit and watch TV to fall to sleep.
Yeah.
I can stay do an 8, 12 hours. I can't to feel looking for to do people work for the next 5 hours before I go home.
Yeah. You still got the
Because you
engine.
still have the energy, your level of metabolism is high.
Yeah.
Your energy level is high. Most of our older folks, if you tell them to commit 40 hours a week to they don't able. But
No.
Fatima can still come on her day off. She can still sit and do our work. She can still sit and make phone calls to all our people that she have to make phone calls to. But when our older folks come from work, trust me, they're exhausted. They feel
Yeah.
working in America job is not easy. Once they sit, they watch TV, they sleep. They can't get much done.
Yeah. You're
They
right.
can't get much done. I'm not
You're
trying
right.
to look down at them, but I believe that there's a time that they need to inject the young people, especially the potential young people. They need to
Mm-hmm.
bring them closer and inject them. Our country can only be powerful when you have positive mentors,
It's
people
true.
who have influence on you.
It's
As
true.
a owner of the society can be powerful. And that's why it baffles me when I see our parents, our elders in this community, then a great young people. I guess so. That stuff irritates me because the worst thing I can do as a father, Jeremiah City, is to sit and look down at my son Jeremiah City Jr. I
Mm-hmm.
will not do it. Anything that going on with him, I will try to build him because his success and his future is my success and my future.
It's true.
But when I sit and look down at him because I don't want my son to pass my level, then that alone is a broad day witchcraft.
It's true.
How
It's
can your
true.
own offspring, your own generation, the children of your own generation, you enter them to the extent that it's propagated that you don't believe in the manifesto. And that's what hinders our African population. Because if you're looking here, if you're looking to do something, but a lot of people from your community don't believe in you.
That's true.
They don't support it. Okay, the show, for example, your show. How many of us want to use this show as a way to deliver our message? Including me, myself, as a youth. I
Yeah.
should be able to come on the show and say, okay, for diabetes therapy, they will say it. You know, we should use the resources we have to elevate each other than to bring each other down. And that's why
Mm.
it baffles me. And that's why I told Fatima family, I said, once you need my support, it's something positive. We'll put the politics aside and we'll do the positive things.
That's
But
true.
doesn't mean I'll not be critical of the president though.
Yeah.
Because
No, you can be
yeah,
critical of any administration if they are not doing the
yeah,
right thing.
yeah,
Because like something you said just now, and it totally resonated with me. The whole mark of every good leadership is mentoring. Who are you mentoring? If the old people passing on the platoon, who are they passing the platoon on to? That's where we have been having the gap for a long time now. So now I see every corners you go to, there's they call for a young person, there's they call for generational change, there's they call for young people taking the mantle of authority. Even this gone Sunday, we have series of conversation, Joseph Sele, myself, and the rest of the other people. And he was honest enough. He said, listen, I have too many things I'm doing. I'm not involved with having or appointed position in the Liberian community, but I can serve as a consultant to any administration. I have been rendering services, but sometimes our services are just yeah, he said that to me. I was like, you are right. So there's need for a little appreciation because they say appreciation is the application for more. If you just tell the man small thank you, the man start doing more. Yes. So says Fatima, I'm going to ask you the question from the former president of the Liberian Association. So this is his question right here. He said, with the exception of playing cards and the different, with the exception of playing games with different, what different can the youth bring to the table? Sorry for that.
Um, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I will say all of us come with our own talents or expertise, right? So, for example, Jeremiah is in school for pharmacy, right? And I believe you are getting like another degree on top of it, right? Or MBA, if I'm
yeah, yes,
okay. I stand to be corrected. So, and then we have Tutu, right? Like Tutu cooks. She's an entrepreneur too. We have me. I'm an entrepreneur. I know how to write grants. I know how to do a lot of things, right? And we have many other young people that have
It's
skill
true.
sets that that can be very, very useful to this community, but we just haven't tapped into it. Um, I was I was lucky enough, I will say, when I came from the Peace Corps, I really wasn't looking into being involved in the Liberian um, whole association community and things.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was called by the former president Alvin Peno,
Mm-hmm.
I decided, okay, well, I have just served in another country. Why not serve my own people? And we did the job, and then and as a secretary assistant, I did
Mm-hmm.
my best. I was new, so I didn't, I didn't really perform to my best.
You did.
Um, but now I'm a youth chair. I'm trying, but to answer his question,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we we bring different skills. We bring different skill set to the table. If it's typing, if it's research, if it's
Sports.
logistics,
Sports.
if it's sports, if it's business, we have that, right? Um, but until we come together and figure out who is who, then it's just going to be
Yeah.
hello,
Yes, we
Yeah, we
hear
hear you.
you.
hello,
Yeah,
We hear you.
we can hear you. Can you
hello.
hear me? Can you
Can you
hear
guys
me?
hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Okay, yeah.
Are you
So
using network from Liberia or
if we
what?
do not put ourselves together
Orange
and identify
network.
these things, nothing's gonna happen. Right.
Alrighty.
We'll just come on here and just be commenting all day.
All right. Thank you, Sis Fatima family. So let me just get a question back to Mr. Saleh. Mr. Saleh, somebody is following us here. The person said we the young people we like crab in bucket. We have the crab in bucket mentality. When one person is going up, all the rest of the youth they get to be so envious and they want to pull that person down. And this message came from your own brother, G consistent. He said the floor is open for everybody. We, the young people, are not together in the first place. Do you believe this statement? And if no, why?
Um, the statement is basically I would say is too broad. I mean
Okay.
broad is too general. It's
Okay.
generalized. Um, it is true in
Oh,
every
sorry.
society,
Mm-hmm.
in
You're fine.
every in every society,
Mm-hmm.
especially a developing society,
Mm-hmm.
people have opinions of ideas, and not everything you're going to do, people are going to like it. But once you have an ideology to push, it can only be
I'm not
decentralized.
hearing you guys.
Oh, you not hearing? Then go on and come back.
Okay.
All right. Go
So,
ahead, Mr. Saleh.
so if you have an idea or an ideology to sell to your comrade, you have to market it in a way that it will resonate with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Logan, some of the things we have to take from our own individual life, right?
Mm-hmm.
People who know me sometimes will say, "But why you just go with the flow with everybody?" Sometimes individual status make people stay by themselves and feel they have achieved so much and proud.
Yeah.
It's not in everybody because
Mm-hmm.
everybody contributes something to the table. Once you start creating a social class
Mm-hmm.
as a person, you can say your ideology.
It's true.
Once you say, "Oh, I'm too educated, so I can only hang out with educated people." Oh, feel looking at myself in a young man group, so I can feel looking at my friend. What up, I'm my friend, and I'm good. Oh, the person is alcoholic, or the person is this. I can't do this. When you create a social blanket and a social class, you limit
Mm-hmm.
ideology. You can't sell, and nobody will purchase it. And that's the problem with the young people. The problem, and it's not about bringing each other down.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes in our society, when people do not believe in themselves, if they don't, if they don't believe in themselves, that's when they have problem with those that believe in themselves. It's not really envy. Some people just get intimidated by vibes
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for these common things because Jeremiah is too out there, Fatima is too out there, and she has this manifesto she can sell. and she believed in herself. Even if she's wrong, she believed until she can learn. It's a different thing than just bringing people down. Now, let me tell you about our society or Librarian Association. Why
Mm-hmm.
there for somebody to bring Jeremiah City down? If Librarian Association don't take Jeremiah City, it will stop Jeremiah from going on the national level. If my
No.
time comes, if my
No.
time comes, my time comes. You can't stop it. You can't
Yeah.
stop destiny. You
It's
can't stop
true.
her destiny. If
It's
your friend
true.
doesn't your time come, Fatima, your time come will be sitting right here. Fatima will be in Liberia as what will you do? Let me tell you, let people forget what I can make you. Or you yourself have to bring yourself of who you are, believing in yourself. So most of the time we see it that where G concern is saying that there are people that have the capacity of having believing themselves and other people lacking the belief. So
Mm-hmm.
once people don't believe in Jeremiah City manifesto, they don't support it. But I have to tell the people that I have this, I can sell to you, and we all together can benefit. But we can't generalize that we have the correct mentality because that I can tell you, if you come from Great Britain, anywhere people are, group of people you put them together, there will be
Mm-hmm.
struggles.
It's true.
Especially when it comes to the struggles of higher power, who will succeed?
Constructive jealousy.
You will see it everywhere. You go Liberia, you go Sierra Leone, you go Ghana, you go Nigeria, and let me tell you, the highest amount of foreign friends our Germans they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are foreigners, especially Nigerians from Africa. Most of my friends are Nigerians. Some people think I'm Nigerian. They fight among themselves for grace. They fight for who the best soccer player they fight. They compete, and competition is good in
It's
any
good.
environment.
It's true.
If you
Yes.
don't learn how to compete, you will not be successful.
It's true.
Competition
Yes.
is necessary. So we the young people, we should take it to be a constructive team. If Fatima is doing something and she gets I guess that's
Mm-hmm.
good. How is
Mm-hmm.
she bringing? How is she marketing? What her marketing strategy? How can I be innovative to create an app that will create a better marketing that I will use Fatima idea? Fatima will come on my apps and she will be selling her product. So I
Yeah.
get it come, but Fatima is also producing. You know what I'm
It's true.
saying?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
That's division of labor. That's setting of our ideology.
It's true.
And that's where we're lacking most of the time. If I can set my ideology to be consistent, even it will take me 5 years for you to believe in my manifesto. I have to be able to sell it. And the only way I can sell it is I have to be humble with it because humility is power, humility is strength. I have to be. But if I say, oh, I can only do this for all those that are in my class, when you start creating a class system, then you limit the thought of idea. Like Fatima, let me give an example. When she came to all of the youth team, she did not say, oh, the youth team will only be benefiting all those who are part of LAR or pay the dues.
Yeah.
You open it up, but guess what? She sent an idea, say, but guys, please pay your dues. Because the dues our community need it. So she working along with us on a project, but she's still telling us it's good to pay your due. It's good to stay up with your responsibilities. Guess what? How is it bad? We're still working together, but she gave me an encouraging to, you know what I mean? But if she was forcing her idea, like you have to do this before you do this, you have to do this before you, then everybody back up. So we need to just forget what ideas are Librarians live in peer mentality. Yes, in any society, we
Mm-hmm.
have people that will compete, and competition should just be constructive. That's all we want. It should be constructive, and that's what I have to say.
All right. So true. So though we are not discussing politics here, we're here to talk about the young people and talk about what you have planned coming up April what? Second. Maybe she already did. April 2nd. It's 4 to 6 p.m., right? You guys seen it here. 4 to 6, but Jeremiah said 3, so that's why I want to be sure of that.
You will be finished set up everything. 4 to 6 is
Oh,
the forum.
okay.
4 to 6 is the
Okay.
forum. 7 to
To 1 a.m. is the game night.
is the game night.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you're out there, you don't know where to go, April 2nd, 3130 Lafayette Road. You all know Papisa Place, 3130 Lafayette Road. So come and support the young people. So Fatima family, I want to ask you this question. It's not a question. It was posted by the former president of the Librarian Association. This is what he said here. Let the young people, like the youth, take on the leadership role. Do you agree to that? Since you're pushing young people agenda. You are muted.
Could you please Could you please put that question back up?
He's not asking a question. He's just saying
Oh, okay.
let
Just making a
let the
statement.
youth take on the leadership role.
Do I agree?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I do agree.
And you
I
know
do agree that.
when Mr. Penner speak in these kind of directions, he's talking about the higher ups. I mean, president, vice president, secretary general, financial secretary, like that.
Right. Right. Exactly. So I agree. Now we just have to be confident within ourselves that we can do it.
Your microphone is so bad. I don't know. Your mic is so bad. Yeah. All right. Since we're
Is it
talking
bad
about
now?
it, stay bad. I think you just gotta go up, or you just restart your phone and try again.
Okay, I don't know what's going on
Like,
today. All right.
Yeah, restart your phone and come back.
like
So
you network from Liberia.
yeah, okay, restart your phone and come back. So, Mr. Saleh, we are not talking politics, but I just want to ask the question because Mr. Penner brought it up. So, do you think, because all along in this community and rest of the other Liberian community, for every time we hear about board members, we always get to the back of our mind our board members should be old people. So, do you think there's a need that this time around we have a young 27, 28 years old person, or even 21 years old person serving on the board, two or three of them, since the board members should comprises of 5 members? Do you think there's a need for that?
Yes, exactly. And let me tell you the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you talk about the board member, the on the board, when you come to making policies or uh,
Decisions.
having, eh?
No, she clear that she won't tell
Decisions.
you that her mark is cool.
Yes, yes. So when we come to policy and decisions making, right, my
Uh-huh.
brother,
Mm-hmm.
writing policies, if we ask most of the elders on our board for them to write policies for you, right, they will write policies pertaining to religion in churches. How the churches should be run. I mean, people just living
Think
a
so?
dispensation. It's
And
not
that's true.
wrong.
It's
People
part of
living,
their description.
that's a day-to-day activity because I,
Yeah.
it's just for fun. I train at a job. You know, most
No,
time,
but it is true. It's part of
yeah,
the
yeah,
board description.
yes.
They have
Well,
to
so
write policy.
just a job that I'm going to throw out there,
Yeah.
right?
Go ahead.
Most time in Africa, they hear myself, Fatima, myself, we're not taking God beneath you. We'll get 3 children and I start giving one hard time and then we start praying to God every day. God, let man, you know, at a certain age now you take God beneath you. Now how
Mm-hmm.
levels. So they live in that dispensation. So they were very good religious protocols and everything. But then when you come to Jeremiah, to read protocols that will govern the association, continue youth and sport, Fatima will sit down here and start designing things. Because when she sit down on her phone, she's watching sport.
Yeah.
Imagine the new update of games that came out, the new, you know. So that's why on the board you have to inject, it has to be a balance.
Yeah.
There has to be a
You got.
balanced thing. The
Mm-hmm.
others are there for specifications of things, while at the same time, a grooming a young person I can be like, okay, I can do this, I can do that. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the board and the board have to read a huge something, or they have to go represent somewhere, or they have to go somewhere to do something, trust me, I can say that, oh, not I'm writing paperwork. I'll be doing paperwork. The others can be there to give me the thought process. Oh, Jeremiah, let me tell you one thing, an example. Most of our elders now on the
Mm-hmm.
board, if I go to them and say, okay, we want to discuss the constitution and how to inject the constitution, how do we start? They will say we should talk on the phone. But I will tell them, say, let's create Google Doc. And all of us goes and put our idea. Fatima knows what is Google Doc. I know what is Google Doc. But my parents in their 60s, only a few of them know what is Google Doc and how to create a Google document. Where
Mm-hmm.
everybody can put the idea in that document and
Right
then we
there.
can combine it. So you see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we are people live in a specific era. And that's why when you're doing these kind of things, like I have to centralize the leadership. But the mindset is that when you board member, you should be as old as Methuselah. No.
So just go back straight to my question, because according to Article 5, Section 2.4 says the board member should be 5 people. So of the 5 people, do you think there's a need to have 2 young person among the rest of the 3, or 3
Exactly.
young person and 2 old people?
Philology is hard, is over women and true. Yes. You need 2 young, you need 2 youth, you need 2 elderly people, and you need one person that is between the age of youth and old, right in the middle.
The
You
one in the
probably
chair,
will go.
they can call it youth and young adult in the church.
Yes, you need that. You need that. You need that. You know the reason why most of us we can have real logical conversation with most of our parents in this community and elders in this community is
Mhm.
because we don't even know how to have discussion with them. We don't.
That's
We grew
true.
up in a household. Most Africans, it's not just all of us here. We grew up in a household where to express yourself to your parents, you have to think 100 times.
Even if they are wrong, you can tell them they are wrong.
Yet, so up to now, we don't know it with all of the achievement and all of the levels. And we go out there, our parents don't go out there. But I can tell you, I understand the American dynamics of living in this country because I've been out there. But if you want to express yourself to your parents, you stay afraid.
Mhm.
And the reason is because we're not having these dialogues, and all of these organizations here, they're not inclusive. Let me just give an example. Maybe you know that a lot of people watching me. I was
Yeah.
in a gathering with one of the elderly men in this community. So we're just talking, the youth need to take over.
Yeah.
The papa look at me, put in the face, and say, "Will not give me your nothing." I'm just telling you, just with our discussion.
Yeah.
The papa look at me in the face, and say, "Will not give me your anything." So why would you want to be in competition with your children the rest of your life?
Because that was going to be my next question to you. Because, for example, right, hypothetically, some young person take power and the person appoints like Joseph Sele as the board chair. Do you think the rest of the older people want to work on him, say he's the chair of the board?
I can give you an example. I think my brother Joseph today is helping with the Constitution
Yeah.
committee, either
Yeah.
board or assistant board.
Mhm.
He got Councilor Dennis that day he worked with Joseph. You have Vanny Kamo that day he worked with Joseph. In this present leadership, Joseph is
Okay.
on the Constitutional Committee. When you
Yeah.
have the ex-president is there, you have the ex-secretary general Vanny is there. Those are not small kids, but they work along with Joseph.
Mhm.
We just need more of those opportunities. That's what we need.
But
We need more of those
to my
opportunities.
knowledge, Joseph was chairing the Constitutional Review Committee along with Jivan Smith and the rest of the guys. They completed their reviews and they submitted it to the board. Up to now, the board haven't discussed that yet.
So
They're
I'm
still
telling
keeping
you,
it.
it's what I'm telling you. If we have 2 or 3 young people on our board, we'll start pushing the board to do the work. Joseph was on the Constitutional Committee. He did a job with a committee. They submitted. It's still now with the board. You know how long it take the board? My brother, in any society, remember the energy I get, you can 15 years from now, we not even have that energy. The time we have the energy, I thought you should give us the matter of authority. Let me give an example. I don't like to talk about the ex-president too much because they call him, they say, hey, Nathaniel Mange. But when Alvin was, when Alvin was president, I don't like to reference him on the kind of public thing because they put all waiting now. We're just talking for him. No. When Alvin was president, take into consideration, Ram, the amount of young people that came on board. Any other leadership in this community. Yeah, Fatima here, all of us was involved. Valentine Party, young people was there. Everywhere we were involved. You can't kill that vibe for your community. You can't kill it. You can't kill it. Because people start to know Indiana. People start to understand Indiana.
I referred to him. I said he wake up the sleeping giant.
Yeah, but now they want for all to sleep. You're not sleeping, you.
We are on the path to greatness. Says Fatima family.
Fatima,
Are you okay with your microphone now?
Yeah, I'm here.
All
you
right.
too busy for all, eh?
It's
Can you
not my
tell?
mic.
It's not your mic. It's your mic making a little tinkle tinkle sound.
It's Jeremiah's. Jeremiah, mute your
You
No,
sure?
no,
Okay,
it's not.
Jeremiah, mute your mic and hear her. All right, go ahead.
Okay. What was the question?
No, we're just talking about young people involvement. Alvin Pennon said it is about time that the young people get involved. The young people take on the mantle of authority. So I was asking a question. I say now because it is mandated by the Constitution, Article 5, Section 2.4, it said the board member should comprise of 5 people appointed by the president. So now, of these 5 people, do you think if we have 3 young people on this board with 2 older people, do you think the older people are going to work with the young people?
I think it should be the other way around. It should be 3 adults and 2
I
young
have
people.
Anthony Gifler calling. You want him to speak? Then you come in later.
Sure.
All right. Hello, Mr. Gifler. How are you?
I'm fine.
All right, I have you live.
Okay.
Go ahead, make your point.
My point here has to do with elders, youth, and this association and communities.
Okay.
We are having a problem, and because we have not differentiated the difference between, we are not having difference, identify the difference between community and association.
Yeah.
We are driving this way. The young people, those who call themselves young people, okay, it is their right to organize or to affiliate with any group.
Okay.
But a lot of them, I call them PA system. All right.
What do you mean by that? If you say PA system.
Public announcement system.
All right.
Okay. They stay out there and crowd. When the chance is given, they walk away. I give you an example. Yeah, have resigned how long?
I think 3 or 4 months now. If the memory can set me right.
Where are the young people who want to take charge?
That's a brilliant point.
All right. What are they waiting for? The young resignation was not done behind closed door or not done at the barbecue. It was put in the platform on the platform that young have resigned. And a lot of these people who call themselves young people or youth, they are not due payers. All right. I challenge you, the election that's coming up, you will not have a team of young people. You will have the president, but not have president. Okay? But they are famous for crying foul all day. Oh, we don't get this. Go to meeting. How many young people you see there? I've been to several meetings, and a lot of the people that cry that they are not being included, they are not even at the meeting. Then after the meeting, then they say the word update. So we have to call a spade a spade. All right? And there's a reason why the association elects elders or older people.
Okay. Let's get that reason.
To be on the board.
Okay.
Okay. Life is based on wisdom. I'm not going to the Bible. I'm not the church man.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You put the other person there, he will navigate you through the process to it. Why do we have teachers? Because he knows the subject matter. And when you are in his class, despite you are older than him, when you listen to him, because he goes through the drill, he will educate you. So that how the elders can come about. Okay. They have wisdom.
Okay.
But if we leave this with those who call themselves you or young people, trust me, we see vandalism going all the time. When there was vandalism in the time, how many people were vandalism? Or the same young people attacking each other, saying one another a gas tank, setting each other ablaze.
Jeremiah, that email for you, please.
Yes. So it is time that if they see they can do it, let me see how many of them will step up and say, I want to replace Yan.
Okay.
So is Yan the lifestyle secretary for LDR? Where are the young people? Okay? So the crowd that all the young people not involved, I'm afraid that when you tell what the young people will have Moravia here, our time.
You ready to think so?
Sure. I can listen.
Yeah, I think
to prove me wrong.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Mr. Gafler. Thank you so much.
Bye.
So, Jeremiah, that email for you, please.
I want to say thank Mr. Gafler for calling, but I think the call is actually in error and it's far different from the discourse.
Yes, true.
When we're talking about change here, we're not talking about negativity. He's saying that then that reminds me of my initial point. That the young people are only good to be secretary and youth chair. He said young resign. So secretary are only young people that young people must step up. In here comment, why another young person can come up.
Yeah.
But are there no other people that in the committee that can be secretary? So that just clearly answer my question. Now that's a capacity we are kept in. We are limited to. Now, for him to say the young people can carry on vandalism, that's not true. In every society, you get a bad group upon a good one. You will not always have everything to be good. But guess what? You can stay fishing and take the good from them on the bar and select them. So you don't have to take, if you know somebody can vandalize in this community, don't pick them. Pick the one you think that cannot vandalize to serve your community. But if you say vandalism, I can tell you, I live in this community longer enough, and he, Anthony Gabriel, can attest to it that I have been a gathering where I see people of my father age that can bomb me was fighting. Young people, I mean older people, post clapping each other here in this community. We're not strange to that. So does that mean that the younger people make them to fight? But that's the example they're setting for the young people that it's good to fight in public. He, Anthony Gabriel, knows about that. I can give you series of instances. I will not call how the scenario occurred, but he was in one of those fight before at Yorktown in my presence. He's my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
But he's saying that the younger people do not agree for every time they converge. Is that true?
That's not true. But for one father, do the other people even agree when they converge? Is it the young people that are supposed to go to a meeting, go to the Librarian Association meeting? Sometimes we even more than them there to put our hands up. How many other people in this town here go to meetings? We cannot limit our association to this kind of a bureaucracy and all of this chicanery. We're not going to buy that. We believe in ourselves. We need to take the matter of authority. We can ask for in an appealing way to tell them we can do it. But for us to keep being limited to vandalism,
that's a harsh word.
You're telling me that the young people can vandalize. How many young persons in this community have been arrested and go to prison for vandalism? This country had the biggest law. You know, it's different when you have a clear record, documented record, facts, than to just pay jobs on young people. I personally here in this community, I live in this community, there are a lot of jobs that have been through at me that I was not even involved with. But people say that Jeremiah did this. So what? Does that limit my potential? No. So most of these young people, sometimes they get caught up with the wrong crowd. It's okay. That's growth and development. But that does not limit our potential to say that we vandalize. When Ivy was in power, when Fatima was serving as assistant secretary, did she vandalize the association property?
No.
Did she team it up?
Did
she do anything wrong for them to say, oh, she didn't do her job? When Young peacefully resigned from this association and say, my family reason, when Young was in power, the Young as a secretary general go to public and start buzzing poker and say he's not able to job. Let's stop doing these things. Let's start spreading these hate messages and bringing people down. Let's look at the positivity and look at the outcome. Believe in the next generation. Mr. Anthony Gabriel, if we give you position in this community, you will be as delinquent, even worse off than the younger people. But you hear calling on a big platform to say that when you give us a job, we're not doing it. When last have you given a job? I mean, give Anthony Gabriel. You see, when I was in the thing, I have a lot of experience. That's why we give examples, I will give this time reasoning, and the young people needs the time. When we were in the Librarian Men Association, the reason I was the youngest man in the association because I believe I could grow. But people like my uncle Anthony Gabriel, they were antagonists. They believe they should send Jeremiah to St. Clair to go buy chips. But when Jeremiah said he want to be something, he might not be. That's what the man said. They were antagonists to just going to another level. For 6+ years, I spent down there. None of those people are willing to put your hand up to say, we want for you to go to another level or you can do this. You have the potential. Even as much as I will then and stay educating myself and preparing myself for the future. They never see that potential in you. But you know what they see in you? Every time somebody negative thing spark, they seize it. They pin it up. But any positive thing you do, you don't see them wrong with it. So Anthony Gabriel, I'm sorry, it's so sad that you call on this big platform to kind of say the young people, all you know they can do taunting and vandalism and stuff like that. Tell me one young person that goes to Anthony Gabriel how to go vandalize his property. In any society, you have this kind of a back and forth between young people. It's okay. And plus, let's say for the sake of argument, it has happened. Why him, Anthony Gabriel, as an adult, ever did in this community to say, I've heard these young people involved with it, let them come, and I, as an adult in this community, I will set them together, and that's why I hear how we can face it. But he will be one of the people that will run with the news. He never solved the problem. It's true, it happened. The reason I'm stressing on this,
I'll answer you, Anthony Gabriel. I got somebody on the line first. All right, so before I go to Fatima, Jerry, let me hear from this next person. Go ahead, caller. Your name and where you come from. Hello, call up. Okay, let me just answer Anthony because the person gone off. G consist. Okay, I'll put G consist. G consistent. Hello, hello. All right,
Yeah,
G.
yeah, no,
Okay, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. My name is Maurice Welcome on G consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I also make two statements or two statements. First is Jeremiah make a one statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, with the youth, the reason you see sometimes we fall apart or we begin to have problem ourselves. When certain people believe in themselves, when certain people don't believe in themselves, they become intimidated by those who believe in themselves. That's why you see more youth sometimes begin to have problems. It is cheer for the youth in this community to come together and move the community forward. I mean, we can talk on another job and the old people not move the community forward. No day the old people move the community forward because it's in the Bible. No day. So we need to see reason and learn from our old people because also the world is changing. So I will begin to grab those new innovation. We begin to move our community forward.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah scored a new point. Believe in yourself and begin to speak out and fight for your future and fight for our children's future. The second point I want to make is I'm so frustrated to see our uncle or cousin calling on the platform and making some statement
Who,
against
Mr.
against
Gifla?
the yeah
Okay, Mr.
yeah
Gifla, according to make some clarity. So when you're done, I will try to call him back so
yes
he can make the
yeah
clarity.
Anthony yeah he called on the platform to talk against who they do. A little Anthony one, the community will down there going in the separator or in the toilet or I don't know how you call it. Anthony Gabriel is one of the men that's spoiling this community. Me, I don't blame bro. I say if on you, I say behind you. It's me, it's called G consistent. Anthony Gabriel is very, very blameting. You can't influence your thoughting and go there and damage your character. Anthony Gabriel should not be somebody to be talking in the community. If only he could sit there and think and rethink. He should better sit there and just keep quiet. I swear for anything. Because, it's too frustrating, right? Yeah, my nephew or my cousin talking about me. So that's the point I just want to make. Hey, keep quiet, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother G consistent. So Fatima family, you want to say something? Or let me just talk to Anthony Gifla because he want to make some clarity quick. Then I will just give you the flow. You can just come up with your parting because we can be here all night. Jeremiah said he was here for only 40 minutes. So let me just call Anthony Gifla shortly so he can make those clarities. Mr. Gifla, you are live.
Yeah, I've heard all of the statements from both Jeremiah and Morris.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody cannot become a leader. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And presidency and all of the executive positions, they are like middle holes, only one person. When Jeremiah was president general on the council, he resigned. That void that filled him because his reason for resignation was based on his pursuit of higher education.
Mm-hmm.
That void did not remain okay. They got occupied. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The secretariat does not necessarily be for the young people. When I say it's empty, the young men who want to excel can say, no, I'm going to start from somewhere. All right? There are people who are in higher position when they start from. They start as a kidel and they work their way through. They don't just come from the back because they're from college or where they go straight up to the top. You go through the ranks and far. All right, that's what I'm talking about. That young result. Anybody could be, but when the youth are interested in taking charge of leadership, one of them should accept to say, look, I'm going to go in there to go know the details. All right? And this association today, more you say, this association was founded over 15 years before you came here. Who founded it? If you look at the archive, I am the founder. All right? And I can name how it got founded, where it got founded. So there's a track record you can find. All right? And there are a lot of people in the community. Many people here will attend. They today I want to die. The way we take 3 days because of they don't want me to go to the grave because of my work in this community and the association. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't say I should go and rethink. My record will speak for itself. That's the reason I'm not sold for anything. If I need it, I get it because people who believe in me and remember what I've done for this community will step to my rescue. All right? I'm not going to go in there and start kissing somebody or cutting somebody later quarter. So I'm so sorry I was upset. No. Nobody will say something they never cut them. That is that I come back to the reality.
Okay.
The association is for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The essence of youth and young people and old people, what is the line? We're talking association survivor. You don't have to be old before you become a leader. All right? You don't have to be a young man. We have had this country that's been led by younger people than even their senators. Younger than their senators. Senators younger than the president. But do the right thing. And like I said, I put a challenge out there. Let me see a split that will come with four candidates for the position of the next coming election. Where are they in a cooking? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 minutes take a thing at stake. Jeremiah with the men association, we use it as MC, we use it in several capacity, but you can't be a president when you're not elected.
I think which capacity you use me in?
Nobody chase you out.
Which capacity you use me in?
He left at his own violation. And that's organization freedom of affiliation. We don't compare because you're a man, you will be a part. If you don't want to be a part, we can't force you.
All right, so Jeremiah.
The fact that we raise the association partner with the community, that's why we are getting to this problem.
Mr. Gifler, Jeremiah asking you a question. Just listen to him, please.
Which capacity did you use me in at the Labrador Men Association? Please tell the general public. Because I will tell you my records. My record with Labrador Men Association, I was one of the person that gave on 3 different occasions doing your give not. You have not received one give. Your chairman saying you will settle it, never settle it. Only for you to find a way to kick me out. You get so much intimidated when you see young men progressing. It pains you so much that it baffles people like you. And for me, on this platform, I never think to kind of discuss Anthony Givler, but I just want to encourage the young people that the program we're having is you come out because people that Anthony Givler will still be in this community and they will not support any single person for progress. I'm telling you, I'm not here to come bat my phone when it comes to him. He will not support any single person for progress. And people like that don't even want this association to go forward. Right. They enjoy the drama that it takes. The drama that it takes.
Jerry,
discussion.
Jerry, give Mr. Givler a chance to end so we can just end our discussion, please. Go ahead, Mr. Givler. Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah, I did not hear Jeremiah's question.
No, Jeremiah, asking which capacity did you use in at the Men Association?
We have a executive committee.
I'm sorry. Right? After 7 years
we
of service.
At that time. Oh. And we use him for public relations. Jeremiah served as MC multiple times. All right? Mm-hmm. We put him on the platform so other people could see him. They did not say, oh, don't come there. In fact, people say, well, that's Jeremiah, because Jeremiah is younger, and I think we can work with him so that he can know the details and how we operate. That's how we brought Jeremiah, how we kept Jeremiah.
So what's the age? So what's the age limit for the men's association?
We have not set the age limit then. Okay. But Jeremiah was old enough to become a member. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
So we did not set an age limit. But his exit, like every other person that have exited, they exited at their own violation. There was no pressure on them. There was nothing that they did that to say we are kicking them out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So if that concludes your show, thank you for having me on. But that's the clarity. I have done a lot that anybody can think.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gifler. Thank you so much. So that was the voice of Mr. Anthony Gifler. Somebody who live here know who Mr. Anthony Gifler is. So, Mr. Saleh, I know you're driving now, so we'll just ask you for your parting while you are driving. Or go to Sister Fatima family to just continue a little bit before she can leave, because we can't keep you driving and while you're on the phone. Mr. Saleh, are you there?
No, I think he went off.
Okay, I think he's going off, but maybe he will come back. So, Sister Fatima family, you listen to both G Consistent and Anthony Gavler, but this is not a topic. What we came here for tonight is to call you from everywhere, all young people. We having this program at 3130 Lafayette Road on April 2nd. We are calling on all the young people living in Indiana, regardless of their age, from age 0 to 40 years old. You can all be part of this program from the 4 to 6, from
So
7
10
to 1 o'clock. That's gonna be for the older people, because up to 1 o'clock you not keep somebody child who's less than 18 years old out. So this is why we are here. I know Chokopi Johnson, you had a concern. You say, Sister Fatima family, you're deviating from the topic. This is Chokopi. Yeah, Chokopi say you're deviating, but we are also sorry about that. But there are some branding issues about our community. We have to fix it. We have to talk about it. Now we can see the concern. There's a need that we will have maybe Mr. Gifler or some of the older people as well sit on a panel with some of the young people. Let's talk about the issue. Because if we don't talk about it, we can find solution. We have to
correct.
know what is happening before we can find solution. So now we see that this 2022, the young people, they are up and ready. They want to get involved with their own community initiatives. And we can say nothing. There's a wave of change that is coming. We can resist it. So we just have to flow along as it comes. So Sister Fatima family, go ahead. Mr. City, you driving, put your I hope you look at the road.
Uh,
All
um,
right, okay, Fatima, before you can start, Mr. City, can you get out your party? At least you'll just be listening while you're driving, please. Unmute yourself, sir.
Is there one?
Just get us your party while you're driving.
All right, folks. Philly Logan, thank you for having us on your show. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I hope next time we can be able to discuss more of our program than the issues surrounding the community will get a little bit off. And to everybody that called and supported the program, we just appreciate all of you and expect you guys to come out in your numbers to see how much we can put this together. And again, I want for us to clarify that this is not a war between the young and the old. This is just our idea and our thought. We may be wrong, but hopefully we're right. And we expect people that Anthony Gabler to come to the program and see, and, what we are capable of doing. And as I said, we are not against anybody. We just want to be involved with our community and give more young people a chance. So thank you for listening. And no harsh feeling. We just have to express ourselves sometimes. So uh, that's it. Thank you very much, my brother, for having me in studio. And I'm out. Thank you. Thanks to everybody.
All right, thank you, Mr. Saleh. So Fatima, I got a caller here. Let's listen to her first. We can come in. Hello,
okay.
caller. Your name and where you come from?
Yeah, my name is Rose. I'm calling from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, my question goes to Fatima and Jeremiah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they came on your show to discuss something concerning about the upcoming program in 2 weeks' time,
Yeah.
but it's like they deviate from the topic and they start talking about the community this, the community that. We're not hearing anything. I think there was the main reason they came on your show to push the upcoming program, but they are not saying anything about the upcoming program. They are saying something different
Okay.
about the program. So I want to know if that was the reason why they came on your show to talk something different or to talk about the upcoming program. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Rose. Fatima, that
Yes.
question I know it's going to be for me because you people came specifically to ask to discuss the youth program that is coming up.
Mhm.
I just chose to ask some of the questions that involve young people taking over leadership. So I'm sorry for getting you people distracted
Yeah.
for a little while. So let's go back to our topic. Those of you
Okay.
that are asking question concerning this whole young people getting involved, we'll
Mhm.
have a whole separate topic. And one person I know who believe in generational change, who have discussed that with me over and over, will be Mr. Penner. And it will be glad that we have Mr. Penner sitting here and
I,
have some
w-
of the other people who want to discuss the issues when it comes to young people
I would love
involvement
to be on there.
and everything. So we'll have a whole separate topic to talk about that here. So tonight, let's just deal with what we came here for. So, Sister Fatima family, you listen to everybody. So, what you have to say to us before you can give us your pattern?
Well, let me put in a little bit as to what Rose was calling about. The program is on April 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
We are inviting everyone that is over the age of 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
to come and let's have a conversation and let's go have fun. So it will be held at all events. We will have various games. We have Lulu, we
Mm-hmm.
have chess, we have checkers, we have PlayStation, and there will be refreshment for both events, for both the
Mm-hmm.
forum and the game night. Tickets. So for the tickets, if you feel as though you are good at chess and you only want to play chess, then you will pay your $3. You go play chess. Yes, Mr. Pinner, you are invited. Um, but we have a premium ticket which is going for $5, which and that ticket allows you to play all the games.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you win, you get a prize.
Okay.
So yeah, so may the best player win. Come in there, invite your friends. They don't have to be Liberian, but we are urging the young Liberians to come. Uh, it is about time that the young people take actions
Mm-hmm.
uh, to build ourselves. Uh, we cannot expect.
Will there be any NAFO as well?
You can play that outside. I believe so on the deck if
Okay.
the weather permits. Yes. Um, the I see a lot of clash between the young and the old, but here's the thing: if we the
Mm-hmm.
young people do not take actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can the older people take us serious?
There you go.
Right.
There
So
you go.
it's only by our actions we have to strengthen this youth sector of LAI,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have to take responsibilities. Let's just say for the July 26th, we can tell them that we would like to host a certain part of the event. So
Okay.
we need to take charge. If we don't take charge, how are we gonna go up to actually taking over this whole community?
But sometimes the older people think that when we talk about and when we overemphasize on generational change, we are talking about replacing the aging school old older folks with inexperienced young people,
Oh,
and
so
that's a
then
legitimate point to fear, though.
maybe because everyone has their own definition of things, right? So
Mm-hmm.
some of them may look at it like that, but that's not the case.
Okay.
Which for me personally, I I just want I I want that the young people
Mm-hmm.
uh come come together, right? We respect each other, have the confidence, and take actions. I keep stressing on it. Take actions. We cannot keep writing comments. You know, we come and watch Fiddle Logan show. What does that have to do? I know it does impact us, but we have to meet at meetings. We have to go to meetings. We have to pay our dues because if we don't go to meetings, how are we going to organize ourselves?
It's true, but somebody may say, "What are they doing that motivates me to do all of those? Pay my dues and go to meetings."
Right. So that's why now coming to the meetings where we'll
Mm-hmm.
sit and put together activities.
Okay.
Right. We'll host events. It doesn't even have to be even in our community. We can even do something for, like, for example, homeless,
Mm-hmm.
right? We go
Mm-hmm.
out there, we donate things, like, even like college students, we can have like mentoring nights and things that we talk things out. So I think that there are a lot of activities to be done, but I cannot do it by myself.
It's true.
So that's why I made sure I got Rose, Hoti, Jeremiah on board first, so that way we can have this program.
Okay. Some people
Yeah.
following us may say uh, sometimes when young people converge, at the end of the day, there are a whole lot of smaller talk. Some people discriminate. Is there any strict policy or bylaws or whatever that you are crafted that have zero tolerance on discrimination?
No, no, I will be honest, and that is why meeting is very crucial, because
Okay.
that way these guidelines, it doesn't have to be from me. Maybe Tutu has a, has has a certain policy that she wants on board, like an idea. Maybe Mawen does too. So they can bring in they can bring in their inputs. So I feel like that's how these thing problem is discrimination. You know, and we have to get to the root of why she feels like that, right? Certain people feel like, okay, I'm being discriminated. We have to sit and really understand what is it, what is the problem.
Because
But if you don't
sometimes
come,
people feel entitled. Like for me, if I'm going to the meeting and always at a meeting, all of a sudden I see somebody who just come in here, I've never going to end up a meeting. And first thing I run to my mind, oh, they coming to tell our thing now.
mm.
I would feel like, well,
But the thing is that this is, I think you are only looking at LAI meetings. We
mm-hmm,
have not strengthened the youth sector. If the youth wing was very strong and vibrant,
mm-hmm.
I think we will not have too much of complaint, because guess what? We will understand ourselves. We will not discriminate. We will all bring our ideas to the table and work together. But
Okay,
if we are solely relying on the older people, where respect, trust, those two things, that's where the problem begins.
okay.
So the young people also have to take responsibilities. It's This is not all the older people fault. This is our fault too.
Okay, I got a caller on here before.
So
All right. So, hello, caller.
Good evening. This is Smith.
Oh, blow you.
Hmm. I wonder what.
Penny ball. I want a ball.
No, I need it.
Yes, sir. Go forget about it. Go ahead with this, man.
All right. So uh, I appreciate all the callers and your hosts, your guests you have posted on there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been following and listening. Good discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to strike a few points. This issue is not so much about old or young. The issue we're having in this community is about leadership. We lack leadership, So because we lack that, so we start pointing fingers.
Yeah.
And with leadership comes accountability, and that's where the biggest laws come about. If you're someone of age and you have certain experiences, you you get called out for something that you did wrong. Let's say you come to a meeting late. And
what happened to the host?
that older person will take offense to it. Now, what he might do or she might do, they will look for something that is not relating to what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's flaw where you have made a mistake before or something, and then they bring it up. Then the back and forth keeps going on. They Those who consider themselves younger people, they have the same issue too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the old people, you don't know nothing about this platform, or you don't know nothing about this thing. The life is changing. Your experience are way back. You don't have the experience for the new generation. So when those who consider themselves older people call out the other group,
Mm-hmm.
they, you look for something else to point finger. accountability is something that we keep running away from. We're not. It's not a fight between old and young. It's the fight of not wanting to be held accountable. Because once you point finger and say, "Oh, Philip, you say you were supposed to do this and you didn't do it," then deep down in you, it's like you have to come back and find something. Oh well, you did this before, and we keep wasting our time.
We keep justifying our errors.
Our errors, yes. And then in that instance, then we bring age in. We want to cite our experiences.
Yeah.
You know, yes, who are you? Do you know what's my position? You know, we need to stop those kind of things.
That's true.
The other people that already been in power have experiences. You have to open your hand to to bring other people on. Sometimes the greatest leaders, they are not out there.
Mm-hmm.
They are in you know, I'll reference the Bible because a lot of people familiar with the story. But with Moses and Aaron,
Mm-hmm.
Moses is the one that God called to carry on the mission,
Yeah.
but couldn't speak well. He had, you know, a speaking issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I used Aaron to go and speak on his behalf. I know in the Bible it doesn't say Aaron said this to Pharaoh, but that was Aaron's job. So it was Aaron that was giving the messages out to the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
To the extent that in the Ark of the Tabernacle, it was Aaron's rod that was placed in there. You know? But the glory don't go to Aaron.
Yeah, the glory go to Moses.
The glory goes to Moses. So
That's
sometimes
true.
you may have that experience, you may have the vision, you may have the calling. But it doesn't mean that you don't have to go out there in front of everybody. You be in the background and directing people.
That's
But
true.
it's something about, I don't know. It feels like everybody's trying to be look important. If it's not about me, this organization will not go forward. The organization has to be built. Any organization, association, or community group, it has to be built on ideas and not people. So that when you leave tomorrow, that idea can be carried out by other people. That's what a vision is. It's not have to be about you that, oh, during our time, there will never be any other great leadership like our leadership. You know, you already down looking down other people. So we need to
That's it.
stop that. Those who consider themselves younger people,
Mm-hmm.
we need the experiences, you know.
That's true.
Yep. Power concedes nothing without demand.
Yes.
You have to go and demand it. If you go and try to sit on the table and they're not welcoming you, set on your own table. You guys go and set on your own table and go there.
That's true.
Supposed to operate on accountability, and these very naysayers will come along. Some of them, they will be critical in the public, but in private they will call you and praise you guys. I remember when one of our elders in the community passed, Lucia Malu.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was moving, all the moving parts were there. I remember you know, those who consider themselves young people, they step up. That even people from out of state saw what they did and they were like, you know, commenting, oh yeah, when I go back to our state, they say, I will carry to my own group.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Okay, so it's in everybody. You know, we shouldn't be limited this thing on age. We need to stop. It's about leadership. If you think you can lead, you have to go there. Convince the old people. You can be 21-year-old. If you apply the right skills, you can have all the elders in the community running your campaign for you.
That's true.
That's a test right there. That's something you can add to your resume.
That's true.
You don't expect them to always hold your hand. If they push back, that's even better because it means that you're fighting for it and you're going to win it. You should start expecting everything to be handed to us. All the young people, the old people, don't want to bring the young people on. What you expect them to? Yes, don't you expect opposition in life? Sometimes the opposition are the ones that are very close to you, your parents, your mentors.
That's true.
Sometimes opposition, what are you going to do? Sit down and blame them for not welcoming you or putting the red carpet down for you? I will stop there for now.
Thank you, my dear brother, Jeffrey Smith. Thank you so much, bro. Well, Fatima Family, you heard it all, but one of your partner who's supposed to be here with you tonight, he was calling. So let me just pull him on to be fair because Chief on the line. He been calling back to back. I kept muting him. So I'm gonna call him right now. Mr. Horty Pamo. I hope that other guy ain't yell because one guy he always on my live here he can be giving Horty Pamo hard time and say Horty man speak Siri. Mr. Pamo, how are you today, my dear brother?
Well, I'm doing good. Sorry, to our listening audience and to our panelists, Fatima and that of Brother Jeremiah today. I was supposed to be in, but I got a call to go to work. Yeah, thank you for affording me time, and really, I just get in the show and Fatima for making that a good point. That of Jeremiah, thank you. It's all about our program. We're not gonna deviate from our programs, and some people would like to be like, why would you really, criticize the administration part of the administration hosting program that somebody in that had to do with the promotion of the administration? This is our community. We got a lot of work to do with the young people. It's not about differences. It's not about how you feel about the person, like the caller just said.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about your personal feelings, about the prospects, the growth, the development of the community. So Fatima is a very innovative young girl who reached out. Like the two guys, they are like, being a part of the administration, and I'll bring them over so we can work together. So this program, we have to get out, we have to talk to our kids, we have to see how best we can, bring our children outside and have even the older ones. I saw Mr. Pennon say he 40 years, come. Papa, you can come. The program I on the
And the only one you saw after that.
the only one I saw, remember my mentor now. We said it, man. I mean, if I can, no, hold on, man. I can do it. So, Papa, you can come. Mr. Loki, everybody, you guys can come, bring the kids out. Even I myself will have other people there I know, I'll talk to them, they'll come up, so it can be, the program is just about, it's looking like a track. We had a conference call yesterday. She knows. She on the show. We had a conference call yesterday. I told her something. I said, this program looking like a trap. It's just for us, Jeremiah and myself, we got to work on it.
Yeah.
If the program if it's successful, people know our competencies. It's not about talking, it's about implementation. That's how it goes. So, thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate the show. Thank you, Mr. Loki.
Thank
I
you
know
so
the
much, my
next
brother.
time, next week,
Thank you,
I'll be on
Hoti.
the show. Sorry, I just got an infantry call, so I had to go through. So thank you, everyone. And I love my community. Look, trust me, this community is our community. We will stand by it. Anybody comes, we're not too old
Thanks,
to leave.
Sam.
Anybody who can find the community people who work with the young people and see how they we can master the particular community. Thank you so much
Thanks,
for
Sam.
me.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you, my dear brother Hoti Pamo. The person who are calling, you can call back. I have Mr. Hoti Pamo on the
I
line.
appreciate
I
that.
know you want to say something, but if you're hearing us, we have just 5 more minutes while Sister Fatima doing her parting. If you call in that period, she will address your concern. So you have listened to the calls and you have listened to everything. So in your parting, can you just include everything?
First of all, I wanna say thank you for inviting us here. Well, for actually taking our request.
Oh yeah, you're always
Uh,
welcome.
and
Here
then
you go.
I would like to thank the listening audience, everyone that have put in their inputs. I appreciate all of you guys. I'm just like once again urging you guys to come out. Let's have fun. Let's be a stronger uh, young people in this community, and I believe we can do it. So thank you once more, and have a good night.
Thank you so much, Sister Fatima family. We look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
So there you go. You have it all. You heard from Sister Fatima family. You heard from the rest of the other people in the community. Though the conversation wasn't about young and old, we have a specific conversation to discuss how can the young people take over and what are some of the specific qualities that the young people need to exhibit before they take on those kind of tough areas when it comes to leadership. So tonight, I was planning on conducting a mini opinion pool here between two of our upcoming aspiring for this community. We have two names that have pop up. We have our sister, Mawan Soso. All right, hold on. Let me listen to Tutu. Now the people out of here, so they won't bother what want to talk now Tutu. So now any question you ask that me, you'll be asking that question to now. Go ahead, Tutu.
So, what I would like to say is, I am so proud of the conversation tonight.
Okay.
I'm so proud of how, Jeremiah and Fatima, how they handled themselves tonight, um, with questions, questions and even attacks
Mhm.
that were that were, directed to them. Um, the thing about it is this community, you understand, like, people never want to see each other point of view.
Mhm.
It's always, you understand, it's always pointing fingers. No matter how the younger ones try to be nurtured, you understand, the older ones will always have a reason to belittle them, demise them, and just put them in a corner where the younger always have to feel like they always have to attack. And then once they do attack, then they become like Anthony said, vandalizer, that we're just here to just create trouble. No, because after so many tries, like, to get that point across is of no avail. So it becomes frustration. You understand? So, like, tonight, instead of giving out encouraging words, Anthony took it as an opportunity to throw insult, to throw blames. You cannot do that. If the younger ones are coming and they're opening up and saying, "Okay, this is what we want to do," you understand? As an older person that you said you have been in this community for so long, his approach was extremely, extremely uncalled for.
Okay.
It was extremely uncalled for. What he said wasn't necessary. You understand? It's all welcome. That's all he had to say. If you didn't have anything else to say, just simply say welcome. You understand? And keep it moving. But for him to go to the extent that he did, once again, it sets her back instead of going forward. You understand? So,
So you agree
but
there's a need to have this conversation, right?
it is a need to have this conversation. But tonight was not the need to have the conversation. Tonight was the need of, reaching out to the youth, of us coming together, of us being one, of us, even if we have our differences, how can we set our differences aside and still be able to have fun with each other, still be able, to see each other out there, because we are the one that we say, okay, we want to build this for our future generation that's coming. So that's what tonight was for. You understand? And as the elders, they're listening, they're supposed to be able to take it in. It's not always they are the one that's doing something. You understand? Because now if they're doing event, it's all about them. It's
Okay.
all about what they want to do. How is it going to benefit them? How is it going to satisfy them? They're not thinking about the younger ones. You understand? So tonight it was not called for.
All right.
And then I'm gonna tell my big brother Alvin. Alvin, you say you 40, brother. Retire. On a particular way, and I want you.
No, but he's former president, and,
I
and the young
I
people
not joking.
haven't. The young
I joking. My big brother not there. I like to gain hard time. My big brother not there. A problem.
okay, I understand. Because I tell you, I'm putting in see a little now.
No, even if we try, we can't.
I
Even if
know.
we try, because why you will even kind of say you'll forget everything. You even got problem with himself.
I know. Yeah. So thank you.
So, but
Mm-hmm.
tonight topic was good, and I'm just support to everyone that's there. I will come out. I will not come out the time that it started, but I will be there.
All
You know
right.
the party don't start until I get there now. So
I know, I know. Thank you so much too for participating. We'll have a day to have this conversation with all young thing because it's creeping gradually. We have to talk about it. There are some things that you can just Because right now, if you see all of the comments and all of the young
Right.
people, their blood is kind of their adrenaline is popping up. They want this kind of a change. But we cannot just replace
Right.
the older people with the inexperienced young people. So we vet the young people, pick the qualified ones, and put them into places that we feel that our papa and our woman they are tired to occupy.
Right.
Thank you so much, Tutu, for coming up here tonight.
No problem. Thank you. Tonight, I said no trouble.
Thank you so much, my sister.
All right. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Logan, it's me again.
Okay. How you
I
doing,
know you're
Rose?
about to close out, but I'm just going to give a few points on what you guys are saying about the youth and the community.
Mm-hmm. Go
For
ahead.
me, this whole community here
Mm-hmm.
is we the youth that actually destroying this community. It's not the older folks. It's we
Okay.
the youth.
Why you say
If we-
so?
Why I say so? Because
Mm-hmm.
if we stop destroying ourselves, the community will be good.
So
We the youth,
how are we destroying ourselves? In what way?
because we are fighting one another, we disrespecting one another.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant.
Yes, we are disrespecting one another.
Mm-hmm.
We don't respect one another's view, and we just can't get along in the community. We are just bitter with one another for reasons that is new to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way the community can get together is we the youth, and we decide to get together, the community will be happy. But as long as we still divided,
Mm-hmm.
we cannot get along. We will sit on your platform all day, all night, and talk about the community not together, the community not together.
So how do you think we can get together? If you
Uh,
should give any recommendations, how what do you think is the problem? And how
the
can we
problem is,
solve the problem?
yeah, we need to put our differences aside and come together. Who they want to who and what they want to what. We need to
But
put
how can
that
you just
aside.
put those differences aside because you have to talk about them because they fought 14 years war at the end of the day they brought TRC to discuss it first before we can put it aside.
Okay.
Because
Uh-huh.
if you just banish the wound, that soul will not just disappear. You have to treat it first.
Yeah, that's why we need reconciliation in the community. We
So
the youth, we can
how
have our own
how can we have
reconciliation.
that reconciliation stuff?
That's why I say we the youth, we can have our own reconciliation. We can have a huge party that all the youth will be present,
Mm-hmm.
and we talk about our differences. Let us leave the organization alone. Rufus Tati alone cannot do all. Rufus Tati alone cannot bring us together. We can bring ourselves together, not Rufus Tati. So
Okay.
we have to put the community aside, and we the youth, we have to work on ourselves. We can work on ourselves in a way that we can come together. When our youth having something,
Mm-hmm.
we all come there, we all socialize, we all laugh, and we share one another differences, but not by disrespecting one another. We disrespect each other too much in the community, for real. That's why I mean some people don't want to get out there. That's why I mean some youth don't even want to get out there. Because we look down on one another too much in this community. I've been in the community for a long time. And for me, I'm just hard-headed. That's why I'm just into everything in this community. But we talk about one another too much. We fight one another for no reason in this small little community we're in. And we need to stop. We need to start respecting other people's view. We need to start respecting one another's view. We need to start looking at one another as a role model in this community.
So you think
If not,
this coming program on the 2nd of April, do you think it's a perfect opportunity for all the young people to meet there and try to scratch out some of their differences?
yes, yes. And
Okay.
I'm telling you, okay, some of them, they will not still come because they got something against Fatima. They will not want to come, or they got something against Jeremiah. They will not want to come because they got something against me, Rose, my name on that flyer. They will not want to come. They got something against Hottie. They will not want to come. And that's just the best time for them to come out and express yourself in a good way, in a very positive way, not a negative way. Not when you expressing yourself that you will cause problem or it will cause care. You can express yourself in a very decent and unique way that somebody will understand what you are saying, not by cursing or by forcing. We the youth in the community, we are the problem, not the older people. We are our own problem. We are our own medicine. Until we realize it, this community will not go nowhere. We were talking about the community need to get together. Community need to get together, but we the youth, we are not together. We are not together at all. Having fought, he brought some of us together, but yet instead there are some people that were still back there were wanted to see Harvey downfall. Harvey have left. Mr. Rufus came in. There are some people that still want to see his downfall. And with the youth, we are the one keep doing all this. It's not the other people. The other people just sit back and look at us. So we need to come together as a youth before the community can be better for everybody. We all got kids, man. We all the youth in the community have kids. If we the one that born in these kids, we are not together, our kids will not be together too. This is not a good example we are setting for them. So all I want to say is this coming program, every youth need to show up. If you got something against me, say it to me that I will understand and say, hey, my brother, my sister, I didn't know I hurt you. I am sorry, scratch it out. Let's move on. Instead of all keeping bitterness in our heart for one another. When the other person gets something, the other person can't come because they got something against you. We need to stop it, man. Please, we need to stop it in this community so the community can be good for every one of us. Someone coming, we all need to be out there happy and happy, man. Please.
Thank you so much, Ruth. So that there will be, thank God, the youth chair stay following. So there will be a need for the reconciliation dialogue to have a hall where we can sit the young people, the older people. Let's talk about the issue because this thing where we're doing youth, it's not just the young people because some of the young people can be incited by the older people to hit their fellow young people. So it's about having a dialogue with all of the people as well. All right, thank you so much, Rose.
Thank you, Logan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Tutu McCarthy. Tutu. Go ahead.
Gary,
Yeah, I hear you.
am I on?
Yeah,
On?
you are on live.
Okay. First of all, that's the one Rose talking.
The incoming president says she have nothing against anybody.
The thing what Rose just said, complete nonsense. Okay, Rose, I love you, but what you just said is complete BS. Okay, I won't even spell it out because I don't want Facebook to come back, my brother. But what you just said is complete BS. You understand?
What?
Everybody
why
get
you think
along.
so?
We get along with Fatima. You understand? The time that we had differences with Fatima, or a lot of the youth had differences with Fatima, when elections started and the country, what was going on between the two parties. You understand? So even as my own cousin, you understand? I would get mad at her. You understand? But it did not stop her from being my cousin. You understand? It didn't stop me from saying, oh, because Fatima is with Rufa's team, I can't speak to her ever again.
Okay.
You understand? So you have to know when to draw the line. There is no more. We cannot be over here. We talk once again. We cannot be over here. We talking about reconciliation, and then Rose is coming up with statement like that. You understand? Then that's when you understand. That's where the problem do come in. They said, but then what's the point? Because the statement that Rose just made, then what's the point am I even gonna go there for? You understand? You don't say stuff like that. If you want to talk, you have to know exactly what you're saying. The youth is not against each other. The youth is against what is being said about us. You understand? Look at us as as people. Look at us as people. Don't treat us as if we're nothing. You want to categorize us, oh, these ones are ghetto, these ones are this, these ones are hoodlums. All that is not necessary. The youth are not against each other. I personally don't have any problem. I've never had any problem with anybody. If I have situation, I know how to handle my situation. You understand? I know when and my situation, what I had has been handled. You understand? We have we have reconciled, and it's been, and we move forward. You understand? So it's not everything that people feel, okay, if the community is involved, the community has to be involved in people's personal business. If I have a problem with you, you understand? We don't need to solve it in front of the community. You understand? Because solving it in front of the community is not going to get anywhere, because at the end of the day, people are still going to be picking sides. In order for people to have reconciliation or to come together, they have to be able to sit one-on-one and be able to explain to each other what has happened. It's not for the community to sit there and be able to listen to every single detail that have happened. Yeah. You understand? So that statement you just made, again, it's complete nonsense, okay? So next time you want to talk, I beg you, please know exactly how you phrase it, because this is the statement that we're talking about, and then the statement that you made, it make the older people feel like, oh yeah, one of them came out and said this. No, don't do that.
All right. Thank you so much, Tutu.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night. All right, so we wanted to conduct an opinion poll tonight between two of the candidates who have spoke out. Miss Mawen Soso, she's one of our aspiring. She will be seeking the highest seat, president of the Liberian Association of Indiana. And we heard of one of our brother, Mr. Savannah Pele. He's also in the making as well. So we wanted to conduct an opinion poll tonight, but due to the time factor, we will not conduct the opinion poll. We're going to save it for another day. So the question is going to be, if election is held today, who will you vote for, Mawen or Pele? So we have been here for some time. Like we talk about the Grand Bassa Association, the Indiana chapter. They had a Thanksgiving service. They gone Sunday. And it was awesome. And the president gave one of the shortest and sweetest speech I've ever heard in a long time. So if you just joining us, if you never listened to the president's speech, there's a perfect opportunity for you. So you can enjoy this speech while we try to wrap up.
My brief is sometimes a little control. I'm sorry if I'm going to go a little bit. I have a whole brief remarks. I was sitting ready trying to type something on my notepad. Oh, God. I want to give a special recognition to the board of directors of our institution. One of our members are present, Logan and his family. He's the CEO of Assured Residential. I always like to give recognition to that, because if you feel that you don't have a working environment, the Basel will have a working environment.
There you go. You're not possessed.
I want to make a special recognition to my wife, Mrs. Tiamon, taking my breaks, passing and leave me so long.
It's
okay. And to all the other brothers and to the leadership, the Secretary General, Finance Minister, the Treasurer, and my chaplain, that we're going to pray for every time that we on our feet. And a special recognition to all our members here present and those we invited. Quickly on my brief remarks, I want to say today, I speak to you today with the nobility of the people of Bassa. The people of the Bassa tribe and the destination of our children and grandchildren. I urge every member of the Bassa tribes who have come out today to support us and in supporting our deeds, this initiative to do so with a thought of your own, not just Bassa, but Liberia. I ask all our leaders of this institution, whether you know or do not know, our colors are the same from Magiri, from Riverside, from Monserrado, and Grand Bassa. We have a relationship. History and the future sometimes meet simultaneously. And only a structure, a turning point in a man's unending journey a search to help others. You, the people of Basel hospitality, will succeed. So it is at this gathering and subsequent assembly, the conversation of transformation at the table of convenience, we gather today in this church with a only principle of the drawing united methodology that we have as the people of Basel. We grace this occasion with uniqueness, and we want to say thank you to our founding fathers for the pleasure in what happened to us years ago. But there is pleasure in giving back to the deprived, to the underprivileged. There is always a cause that we must meet at. And at that cause, we should try to give back to the needy, to the people that are disadvantaged, to the people who are very, very dear to our hearts. At this moment, I believe and I trust with the confidence reposed in us. Our mission will to galvanize the resources at the moment and in the interest of helping or researching out to that child out of school, that child without clothes, that child without food, that child without shelter, and to right the wrongs, to do impartially, and to serve. Thanks very much, and thanks to the people of Grand Bassa. Thanks to the people of Martini. Thanks to the people of Montserrat. Thanks to the people of Riverside. God bless us all and save the state.
There you go. I just told you about that. That was one of the shortest and sweetest speech I've ever heard. But before we can leave, to just show a little light on the incoming president, Mawen Sosa. She's making some efforts. She's having a lot of consultation. Uh, she was saying our 7G satellite Sparktail Hall, having conversation with some of the great people of our community. So if you see here, you see some of the team she's working with currently. So it tells that she's making some moves. So if you're out there and thinking that she just some of the candidates are not making any moves, you see the face there. When you see that face, you might know he's fire burned. He's a great intellectual. So you might know she's making some moves. Her campaign is on the way. So if you're just following us, well, there's the Logan's Hour. We have been here for some time, and we feel it's 9 after 9. So we'll be out of here in 1 minute. So we want to say thank you tonight. It was a great show. But now we're standing Saturday, please, my people, please. Saturday is our brother Morris baby shower. You all know Morris Duo. He called on the show. His name is G Consistent. Saturday is Morris baby shower. It's gonna be at Waterfront. You all, if you know Waterfront, um, it has been posted. So the address is 2930 Waterfront Parkway Drive, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46214. So it's 2930 2930 WATERFRONT Waterfront. So please, man, it's Morris baby shower. Show up, celebrate with Morris and his beautiful wife to be. I'm asking the entire community. I'm asking all the young people, all the older people. You know Morris. He's one of those people who celebrate with everybody. He's a selfless guy. He always smiling. He always take people problem as his problem. So Saturday, it is a time for us to go and celebrate with Morris. Please pass to the store. Whatever you bring, we will appreciate. Thank you so much for keeping this show going. Thanks for following. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for making this show your own. We love you. We care about you. Pray for us as we try to build our radio station in Liberia. Thank you, and good night.